Hi guys, it's Rob here, and I'm back with another IT 120 tutorial. And we left off here on our review sheet. So the network interface card, or a NIC, it serves as the interface between the PC and the network. Inside of every NIC, burned into some type of ROM chip, is a special firmware containing a unique identifier with a 48-bit value called the Media Access Control Address, or MAC address. Now, once the IEEE issues those 6-digit hex digits to a manufacturer, often referred to as the Organizationally Unique Identifier, or OUI, no other manufacturer may use them. The last 6 digits are the manufacturer's unique serial number for that NIC. This portion of the MAC is often referred to as the device ID. Now, note that ipconfig calls the MAC address the physical address, which is an important distinction. A frame is basically a container for a chunk of data moving across a network. So your chunk of data would sort of be like a letter, and the envelope would be the frame. Right now, FCS, or frame check sequence, is checking information that uses a type of binary math called CRC, or cyclic redundancy check, that the receiving NIC uses to identify the data that the data arrived intact. Now, the broadcast address is the ID that a NIC sends a frame using the broadcast address. ID a NIC sends a frame using the broadcast address. Every single NIC on the network will process that frame. So basically what this means is that if we use the broadcast address, every NIC on the network will get that frame of data. So this is sort of, you have so let's say your street, the block that you live on, is the broadcast address is the address for all of those people. They're all hooked up to that one network. Every single person is going to receive that frame of data. So, metaphorically, every person on your block will get that letter in their mailbox. Next, we have any device that deals with the MAC address is part of the OSI data link layer, or layer 2 of the OSI model. Logical Link Control, or LLC, is the aspect of the NIC that talks to the operating system, places data coming from the software into frames, and creates the CRC on each frame. So this is the LLC. So the roles of the LLC are as follows. Now, the LLC is also responsible for dealing with incoming frames, processing those that are addressed to this NIC, and erasing frames addressed to other machines on the network. The MAC, or Media Access Control, remembers the NIC's own MAC address and attaches MAC addresses to the frames. Now, large networks need a logical addressing method, like a postal code or telephone numbering scheme, that ignores the hardware and enables you to break up the large network into smaller networks called subnets. To move past the physical MAC address and start using logical addressing requires some special software called a network protocol. Now, TCP equals Transmission Control Protocol. IP equals Internet Protocol. At the network layer, or layer 3, packets get created and addressed so that they could go from one network to another. And it's important to note here that when I say, at layer 2, see layer 1, and I forget where layer 2 is, but I believe I did mention layer 2. Then here's layer 3. It's important to note the role that each layer plays in the overall scheme of things. So just keep that in mind, that those bullet points may be highlighted if you printed this out. Those are extremely important. Now, the Internet Protocol is the primary logical addressing protocol for TCP/IP. IP makes sure that a piece of data gets to where it needs to go on the network by giving each device in the network a unique numeric identifier called an IP address. And I think that's about where we're going to leave off this time, guys, but stay tuned for the next tutorial. Thank you.